buddy. Nice snook. Yeah, baby.
I forgot my ruler, but that's okay. Finally found him.
Dude, he was right like two feet off the shore there. Oh no! Oh, he bent my freaking hook. He bent the freaking hook. Seen any areas where we could fish, really. Look at this area though. Freaking beautiful.
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
What's up, everybody? Good morning, Thumpr Fishing. Today is Wednesday, November 6th, 2024. Well, today's kind of a strange day. I don't have a crazy amount of time to fish, but I wanted to get out. But the weather, it is all over the place. And that's one thing I have had a hard time here in Florida is there's no way you're predicting that weather. You better plan for everything because it will change. And of course, it changed from last night till middle of the night when I woke up till this morning. So I'm not sure what it's gonna do. It says it's gonna be pretty dang windy and rainy. So I figured let's take out the e-bike. Let's take that out. Got some rain gear, and maybe I'll take the bike to a new little stretch of trails that we have not been to yet. That's got a lot more little coves and cutouts and culverts, and maybe some of those spots will be a little bit protected from the wind element. I mean, we will see, right? All right, guys, but let's get back after it. I am jibber jabbering. We're gonna head over to the Canaveral National Seashores area and find some trails, set up the bike, and see what we can get on. I'm only bringing 2 rods today, and we are only working artificials, no bait. So let's give it a go. Catch you over there.
I got nightmares.
All right, it's already raining on and off, so let's go get after it. See if we can't get us on some fish.
And it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety filling up every space, no privacy. And silently it can build and build until you finally see. Whoa, it's taking over. There no closure, moving closer.
Trying to make sure my rain gear doesn't cover you guys up.
I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober looking.
All right. Okay, never been this way. This is the first. Actually, never even walked down this way before. So let's give her a go. See what we can find, everybody. But it looks like there's stuff getting blown up all up and down this little canal. But then again, though, you never know if there's a big old snook or tarpon sitting in one of these back canals. They are good at that. They kind of remind me of how salmon can get up and get into certain areas that you just would not expect them. You know what I'm saying? Okay, guys, there's a giant freaking gator. I just caught out of the corner of my eye. See if we can catch a glimpse. Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, I see you, buddy. I want to fish here. Oh, there's some tarpon in there. Oh no, he's where the fish are at. What are we gonna do? Well, I guess what we can do is catch a fish. Honestly though, whenever I've casted around gators, I've actually had pretty decent luck. I won't lie. Yeah, there's tarpon rolling. Oh my goodness, there's tarpon all over this thing right now, guys. All right, let's go nice and slow, nice and quiet. gosh, they're all over in here. All right, I'm not too sure about this. This is my light setup with a little lure I got from Walmart, a bomber, and I'm just worried if I hook into something decent, I'm not gonna be able to get them out of the mangroves, but that's... All right, I think this is a better time than to try this little thing I got at Walmart one. It's like for a crappie. It's we'll just give this a shot. But it's one of the smallest little lures that I got, so let's just see if maybe we can. This thing sinks super fast though. Okay, so we're gonna need to fish this a little different. Give it a... They're showing off now. Your scent will help, I don't know. Yeah. Putting it on a lure. A lot of guys say, doesn't really make a difference. Some guys will tell you it does. I guess we'll find out. Alright, I'm going back to my tried and true Mirrodine. A slow sink. It's basically float. We're just going to try and flutter this in the group of them out there and see if we can't. All right, a little heavier. I like to go with a color that somewhat matches the water. Because of the rain, the water is a little bit of that brown stain to it, so I'm going with a gold. All right, I spent too long at this spot trying to get these tarpon. They're just rolling all over. There's some decent sized ones in here too. I've thrown probably about 12.5 different lures, artificials, and I've only been able to get hits off of this one, but just couldn't keep them glued. So we're probably gonna take off here in a second. As obviously, you know, that's the thing with these tarpon. Sometimes you'll see them, see? And they're all over the place, but I'm getting a hit like every 20 minutes. So they're just not chewing. It seems to get them to hit on. All right. Well, lots of tarpon. Just they're not biting. I mean, they are, but they aren't. Let's move. I'm not too familiar with this area, so I'm not too sure how deep. The water's definitely dirty today.
got one. There you go, buddy. I was gonna say, when are you gonna wake up? Nice snook. Yeah, baby. Come on. Gotcha. On the Walmart lure. Got ourselves a nice snook. Forgot my ruler, but that's okay. Finally found him. Beauty. Let's get him back. All right, well, we got ourselves a nice snook sitting over here in this little bay, little cove, whatever you want to call it. See if we can't get another one. Trying to find a spot somewhat protected from the wind here. Keeping an eye out for anything. Got that last snook in a nice little tucked up area where it was a little out of the wind. We're gonna try it right here. I think there's a culvert. Oh, bumpy. I think there's a little culvert right here too. Not too sure, but we'll give it a go. I mean, this isn't like super protected from the wind, but you know, we know what they say, that, you know, a lot of the times these snook, they like these points, so let's give it a go. Dude, he was right like two feet off the shore there. Oh no! Oh, that was a nice snook too. Oh man, that sucks. Man, that sucks. Oh, he bent my freaking hook. He bent the freaking hook. And this is why, everybody, I always tell you guys, when you buy these lures, you need to replace it. I replaced the back one and I kept the dang front treble. Oh my gosh. You know, when you pay this much for a lure, you expect it to freaking hold up. You see what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, we lost him because of a... See, that makes me mad. You know what I'm saying? You pay for these lures and he freaking bent it. That was a good snook too, and he was right there on the shore, just totally blew it up. Oh my gosh, that sucks. Well, I know what I'm doing when I go home. We're gonna get some newer trebles. They're like right here, like 2 feet off the edge here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. You know, it's one thing if it's like, you know, you break it at the knot because, you know, you tied it wrong or you made a mistake. Oh. But when it's literally the tackle itself. All right, this spot's looking a little snooky. Let's see if we can't if we snag something there. Anything in this one? It's freaking risky casting in these spots. Let's try that other lure. I feel like, why does it smell? It smells weird over here. Like burnt tires. It smells like burnt tires over here. Let's try something a little bit smaller. Let's see if we can't get us something over here. Get away from me, mosquito. Oh no. Okay, good. Literally something right here. And there's something in here. If I can get my lure to cast without getting all twisted up, that'd be nice. I'm spooking them. There's some sitting right in front of me. With the wind and all the structure, it's very risky business. Very risky business. You see, there's something right there. It spooked it. All right, well, let's keep moving. You know, I do want to go down this trail right here. I hear there's some pretty good ponds back there, but it is a ways. Let's do it. I mean, I know I'm gonna have better luck, I think, over here, but with this wind and everything, let's do it. Let's go all the way down that thing, see where it goes, see what we find. That's part of the fun, like I said. I mean, I'm all about catching fish, but I also would love to find some sweet little honey holes. So let's go down this way. This haul butt, make some time. This isn't so bumpy, so we're gonna, whoa, we gotta turn here. Might as well use up the battery while I got it, right? So far, I'm not even seeing any areas where we could fish, really. Sorry for the wind, everybody. We're hauling booty right now. That's pretty. Out that way, there's a big pond right there. Okay, it looks like you gotta walk through gator country to get to it though. Let's keep going. Looks just really snaggy. Let's just keep going. Look at this area though. Freaking beautiful. All right, well, hang on. I could keep going, but my blood sugar monitor just ran out of batteries, which I did not know was going to happen. It died sooner than I thought. So I have no way to keep track of my blood sugar, so I'm just going to keep drinking a little Powerade, make sure, you know, I'm a little higher than probably I should. But we're going to have to head back, unfortunately, before something bad happens. And then I did bring a soda, and it broke in my backpack, so my back is sticky with soda. And yeah, but that's why if you're diabetic, always bring more than just one source of sugar. Unfortunately, we need to head back. Like I said, I need to get closer to the car before, you know, I have a medical emergency. So let's get back. But look at this real quick. This is beautiful. I was gonna stop here and have lunch, but I want to head back a little bit first. So, all right, stay tuned. All right, on my way back, I just want to hit this spot where we got that one snook. I casted it out a couple times where I lost, probably would have been my new PB Snook that bent the hook. Nothing was there. So let's see if we can't get one more before we head home. Big old gator over there. You see me? Don't come over here. He's kind of, I would have liked it if he went under the water not heading this way. But yeah, let's throw this little jig here where we saw the tarpon. I'm not seeing them roll as much as we did earlier, but I don't know, I just want to cast something now because we're pretty much all back to the car, so let's give it a go. Well, what a day. We definitely explored some new areas, and we got that nice snook in the beginning. Well, I started off by, when I walked by this little pond area, there was snook or tarpon rolling all over the place, and some really decent ones too. So I probably spent way too long fishing for them. I was throwing everything I had at them, and you know how some of those tarpon are. You'll see them all over the place, but a lot of times they're just not biting. But I did get a couple hits on them though, for sure. I did get a couple hits. Couldn't keep them glued, and then after about like an hour and a half, I was like, all right, I'm wasting my day. I wanted to explore more of this trail. So that's what we did. We kept moving. The wind was really bad. So we were looking for points and, you know, places that had a little bit of protection from the wind. And yeah, we ended up getting that one snook. And then I kept moving on. And then I found this one little point, and I was like, ooh, that's probably looking good. And I did a couple casts and nothing. And then almost right to the point where I was going to lift it up out of the water, it was like 2 feet off the bank. Boom, just nailed it. Started taking off, turned on the camera. I'm hoping I got, you know, at least a little bit of it. And he popped off, and I thought I had him hooked good. And when I looked at my lure, he had bent the treble hook, and that just was a heartbreaker, because this thing, I have not caught a lot of snook, so that probably would have been my my PB for sure. It was a doozy, and he freaking hit that thing like no other. I don't know why my poles keep falling over here. Yeah, he nailed it and bent that hook, and it wasn't like I was trying to horse him in or anything. It was my lighter setup. It's got 10-pound braid.
I had 20-pound fluorocarbon. I usually change the trebles on my lures. I upgrade them to something a little bit more heavy duty. And I know guys, you know, some guys swear treble hooks, some guys swear single inline hooks. And just like my politics and life and everything in general, I hate to go one side. So what I like to do is I like to put a single hook on the back, like a trailer. And then in the middle, that's where I'll put a treble hook. But I never, that Walmart lure that was working today, I never upgraded that treble hook. And I just lost, you know, potentially a PB Snook because of it. And that's where I tell guys all the time is you got to upgrade them. You know, I think the general consensus is, oh, treble hook, I've got more hooks. Now, of course, take this with a grain of salt because there's always situations where, you know, there's exceptions. But in general, even if you have multiple treble hooks hooked into the fish, if you think about it, like take a treble hook and, I don't know, put it in some foam, right? Hook it in there and then start pulling on it. There's always one hook that's getting that pressure, all right? Now, the other hooks could still be in, but there's one hook that gets the pressure. Now, I mean, yes, like I said, there's situations where two hooks are just perfectly hooked in there where when you're putting on that tension, it's on both. But I would say 98% of the time, even when you have multiple hooks into the mouth, all that pressure is still on one. So those treble hooks, you know, they're not that heavy duty. So what happens is that they will bend those treble hooks. I've had it happen, especially when I was fishing for bluefish. So you got to upgrade them because yes, treble hooks, you're going to get more hooks into the fish's mouth. And the benefit to that is that, you know, if one of those bends or comes out, you have a second hook in there. Now that pressure's on that hook. But still, if you look at the size of your treble hook and look at just one of the hooks on that treble hook, and you ask yourself, is that something that I would use to be catching snook or redfish? And a lot of times the answer would be no, that would be too light of a hook. So that's where I tell guys that you need to upgrade that treble hook if you're not going to put an inline hook on it. Because again, when those treble hooks are in there and you're fighting the fish, right, the pressure is on one of those hooks. Even if the other ones are hooked, it's on one. You know, you can't have all that pressure on all of them at the same time. Now, I get it. There's probably situations where it does. But, so, unfortunately, he was hooked onto one of those treble hooks, and it was too light. And it just bent out, and he got off. So, we're going to stop at the tackle shop and pick up some upgraded treble hooks, because I usually do upgrade my lures. I usually put an inline single hook on the back, and then I like to do a more of a heavy duty treble hook on the body, and that way if they hit it on the body, you got kind of the two hooks on the side and the one on the bottom. Maybe I'll try and get some video of that and put it in here so you can kind of see how I set it up. But the lures I've done that with, I've never had a problem. I haven't noticed any decreased hookups, and a lot of times you'll get those fish towards the back. They'll nail that and they'll get that inline hook, and those inline hooks are a lot more heavier duty than those treble hooks. So I like to do both. You know, a lot of guys are one or the other. Why can't you do both? I throw a treble hook on there, and then I throw an inline single hook on the back. But after I lost that snook, I kind of explored a little bit more, just was not getting onto anything, couple ladyfish. And then I went exploring down this trail, absolutely beautiful trail. And it looked like on the map there was a couple ponds back there. But the problem I ran into was my blood sugar monitor for my diabetes ran out of batteries. And I had no way of, seeing what level I'm at. So at that point, like I said, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Cell signal's spotty. So I started heading back just to be safe. And then, of course, just making sure I'm drinking some Gatorade or something with some sugar, just to make sure that I don't get a low and have an issue. But and then, of course, I usually carry a soda or a Gatorade in my backpack at the bottom, and I'm walking around and I'm like, oh my gosh, why is my back wet? And the soda got a hole in it or a poke in it or something, and the whole soda leaked out into my backpack and all over my lower back. So I need to go home and take a shower. I'm sticky. I smell like Coca-Cola. And but yeah, so you know, that kind of cut the day short, but it's all right. We got to get back. All right, I think that's everything for today, everybody. But yeah, all right, everybody. Remember, be kind, be respectful, and get outside and go have an adventure. All right, well, I don't know. I might go out tomorrow. I'm not too sure. Was planning on maybe taking the kayak out Friday, but my wife has a holiday SpaceX party at Universal Studios, adults only, so that should be pretty fun. So yeah, we're gonna do that. All right, everybody, hopefully I can get out one more time this week. If not, I guess I'll catch you in the next one, whenever that is. Tight lines, everybody. Peace.